tudo bem? Bem-vindos ao Português para Gringo. Welcome to Português para Gringo. My name is Rafa and I'll be helping you in your Portuguese journey. If you're learning Portuguese from scratch, this video is for you. If you already speak some Portuguese, then maybe you want to check the other videos. You who don't know where to start, this video is for you. So let's start with the greetings, okay? Very basic stuff. How do I say hello or hi in Portuguese? You can say oi, oi, or you can also say olá, olá. Careful not to say hola, because hola is more like Spanish. Portuguese and Spanish are very similar.
If you speak Spanish fluently, or if Spanish is your first language, that might be very helpful, but it can also be a problem. So let's use it to help us in your Portuguese language, but let's be very aware.
So then I have oi, olá. Now let's go to how are you doing? You can ask tudo bem? Tudo bem. Let's break it down here. Tudo means everything, and bem means well. So, tudo bem is something like everything well. One thing to have in mind is that many times we're going to use well and good differently from English. So, just be prepared and open to say things in a different way. The other way to say how you doing is como vai? Como vai? That's something like how goes. How goes. The other way is como você está? Como você está? Or how you are. Something like that. Translating word by word. Of course, the message, the final message is something like how you doing, okay? But just breaking down so you can start putting the pieces together in the future. Remember, right now, your first goal is increasing your vocabulary. So we have seen how, como, we have seen everything, tudo, we have seen well, bem, and we have seen you, você. Start taking notes. Those words are going to be very helpful to you. So, if I want to say how you doing, I can say tudo bem, como você está, or como vai. And you can reply back saying tudo bem, or vou bem, or estou bem, estou bem. Or, if you're not great, you can say não tô bem. Notice here, I'm saying não tô bem. Tô. This is what you're gonna see instead of estou, okay? Many times in spoken Portuguese, in informal Portuguese, instead of saying estou or está, you're gonna hear tô, tá. If you don't want to say it like this, no worries. You can say estou, está, no problem. But you have to prepare your ears to hear tô, tá, because that's what we say in real life Portuguese, okay? Então, e aí, tudo bem? Como você tá? E aí, tudo bem? Como você tá? Instead of como você está. Another shortening of words that we have, just like está, is você, se. Instead of você, you're gonna hear se. So, e aí, como você tá? E aí, como você tá? Instead of e aí, como você está? We have another way to say what's up, like very, very informal. E aí? E aí? You could start a conversation or you could just enter a room and say hello to people. Just say, e aí? E aí? E aí? And that's very common, very informal and very common too. And you can reply back saying, e aí? Now, let's take a look at how to say, what's your name? What's your name? Notice, remember that I said that many times in English you're going to use well and good different from Portuguese. This is another situation where we're going to use what and which different from English. Many times in English when you use what, we're going to use which, and vice versa, okay? To say what's your name, you're going to use the words como, again, how, como, você, you, se chama. And here we have a reflexive verb, se chama. This reflexive particle, se. Don't worry about this right now. Worry just about the verb, chamar, okay? Literally means to call. So this question is something like, how do you call yourself? Yeah, literally that's it. So what's your name, in other words.
Okay, remember that when I make the translation word by word, it's just for you to understand how we put the words together and how we express ourselves differently. So remember, of course, there's the general message, and that's what matters the most.
So, what's your name? Como você se chama? Or, qual seu nome? Literally, which one is your name? Qual seu nome? And you can reply back saying, meu nome é, or eu me chamo. For example, meu nome é Rafaela, or eu me chamo Rafaela. Now let's go to another very useful question. Where are you from? De onde você é? Here we have de onde você é. De onde você é? Here we have this preposition de, many times will appear as from, but you also see it meaning other stuff besides from. De onde, onde. Take note on this word. Onde is very useful. It means where. Onde. So, de onde você é. De onde você é. This é is our verb to be. De onde você é. De onde você é. And you can reply back saying, eu sou de tararará. Eu sou do Brasil. Eu sou da Argentina. Eu sou do Japão. Okay, now let's make a pause here. Let's take a look on some grammar stuff. Let's take a look on the pronouns. In Portuguese we have eu, você, ele, ela, nós, vocês, eles, elas. Eu, você, ele, ela, nós, vocês, eles, elas. Eu, I. Você, you. Ele, he. Ela, she. Nós, us, we. Vocês, you guys, you, plural, okay? Eles, a group of men and women or just men. And elas, a group of women only, okay? Então, eles, elas. One very important thing to know is that in Portuguese we have masculine and feminine for words. This might be a problem. It means you're going to have to worry about the gender of the words, okay? So, but let's not worry about that right now. Repeat after me. Eu, você, ele, ela. Nós, vocês, eles, elas. Now, let's take a look on the verb to be. How do I express to be in Portuguese? I'm going to have two ways of expressing to be in Portuguese. I'm going to have the verb ser and I'm going to have the verb estar. What's the difference between those two verbs? In English, you only have to be. But in Portuguese, you're going to have one being used for more permanent situations, and when you talk about your profession, when you talk about who you are. And the other one, you're going to use for more impermanent situations, when you talk about your mood, your location, when you talk about things that can change more easily. Let's take a look at those verbs. Let's take a look at the conjugation of the verb ser. Eu sou. Você é. Nós somos. Vocês são. Usually when I do conjugations, I don't repeat você, ele, ela, or vocês, eles, elas, because it's implied. Because você, ele, ela, they have the same conjugation, and vocês, eles, elas, they also have the same conjugation. Let's take a look at the verb estar. Eu estou. Você está. Nós estamos. Vocês estão. Now I'm going to give you two sentences. For example, eu sou brasileira. Eu sou brasileira. Here I'm using the verb ser because I'm talking about my nationality, something more permanent. I'm talking about who I am. Another example. Eu estou triste. I'm sad. I'm not. It's just an example. Eu estou triste. This is something that can change. It's talking about my mood, it's talking about my feelings, and this can change. Or eu estou no Rio de Janeiro. Eu estou no Rio de Janeiro. I'm talking about my location and also change. Or let's take a look at another example. Eu sou uma mulher. Eu sou uma mulher. I'm talking about my gender. It's also part of who I am somehow. Sometimes it's not going to be so clear. So just observe, open your ears, and just accept the situations where we use se and está. Start observing that. And sometimes it's not going to be so easy to explain why we use se or estar. Just accept a new way to express.
Well, that's pretty much it.
Remember, the best way to learn a language is speaking. So please, if you have someone to practice, do it. Okay? Try to surround yourself with Portuguese. TV shows, music, anything you can. YouTube has so much happening, so much content in Portuguese. Just try to be surrounded by Portuguese. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have learned something today. Ciao!